Morning, Sudha ma'am.
Understanding the session today, you will have to prepare your sample lesson plan. Okay, take a template, duplicate the template, and then you can prepare your sample lesson plan. Okay, now remember this lesson plan preparation, finalization, I'll tell you when to do it. Then you can think about a lesson and finalize it. But the sample lesson plan, remember, will help you to make as many mistakes as possible so that you can correct and you can prepare a better lesson plan. Okay. So this is the unit 1 checklist. Remember, you don't have an artifacts folder like the previous batch. Okay. After your EOL, images can be stuck. I've already told you videos and audios are not allowed. If you're doing it, you will have to share it to your drive. And if it is not accessible by Cambridge, unnecessarily you'll get a comment on it or your assignment may be degraded. Okay. So it will be better to avoid audio or video files. Go for images. Images can be directly pasted into the document after you write up your assignments. Okay. We can create a block and we can paste it up. That is not an issue, but this cannot be done. Audio and video files cannot be done because it has to be embedded. I don't think so. Their templates have that. So what is today's unit 2? Maria, before that, any questions that you have from unit 1? Any questions? Okay. So today, LOE, plan a lesson that has clear aims and objectives and a coherent structure. Okay. So the first question is, why is lesson planning an important part of teacher's role? Why must a lesson plan have clear aim and objectives? What is the basic structure of a coherent lesson plan? Why should learning aims and objectives be shared with the learner? Now, henceforth, this is very important. When you're writing your lesson plan, the first plan, even when you are observing your experienced teacher, inform her to share the learning aims and objectives that should be written. Okay, that the learning aims and objectives are shared. Now, why we will be studying in detail, but please see that that is done so that you can write according to it, because there are a lot of theories that say that you should know where to go in order to understand why you are doing it. Okay. So it is like moving without a direction. So that is the reason we say. So we will be learning theories about it. But remember, in your observed lesson plan also, this is a must that learning aims and objectives must be shared with the learners. Right. What do you consider in your lesson plan? What aspects do you think is needed in planning your lesson? Why are they needed? So you have essential teaching skills that is shared with you. It's a book again. Okay. Under that, read chapter 2, planning and preparation, and put your responses in the chat box on these following questions. Good morning, Rohini. Yeah. What do you consider in your lesson plan? What aspects do you think is needed in planning your lesson? Why are they needed? Read through your resource, Essential Teaching Skills, Chapter 2.
Ma'am, I have one question. You
Yes.
asked us to do that review in the classroom, right? Like
Hmm.
from our school, like we are already four teachers in this class only. So we are not comfortable putting each other's names in the class observation with the mentor. So can we put any random name? Or
I
it
didn't get. You'll observe her class and put a random name? No.
okay. So we have to put our actual name only.
Yes, actual name, because remember your mentor is authenticating it. So tomorrow, by any chance, if it comes out, then no, the entire school's reputation will be at stake, and Cambridge can revoke your school's affiliation also. So that you don't do it. Okay, go to any teacher who is see. I think it's Glendale, right? So
Yeah.
when you look at Glendale, you have your own coordinators who are present. Their classes also.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, we can do that. We can go to primary classes also, right?
Yes, you can. You can.
We don't want to go to each other classes actually.
No, you should not do that.
Yeah.
You should not go to each other's classes, Sarah. You should go to a different class,
A
teacher's
different
class.
teacher's class.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes,
And
ma'am.
one more thing, if you have the same mentor, two of you observing the same class is also not allowed.
Okay.
You
Like,
have to observe a separate class. Megha has to observe a separate class.
And
oh,
if I'm not wrong, the mentor for all of you is Miss Ashwini, right?
yes.
Yes.
So
So you need
Ashwini
to,
cannot take like Megha and Sarah and go to a class for observation. That's not possible.
that's not
So with
possible.
you, Sarah, she has to spend for one class. With Megha, another class.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
We were thinking that maybe we all will go together and maybe
No,
we can do that also.
no. See, it is how individually you see a class and you understand the classroom process and the learning. So it has to be done individually.
Okay. So with me and Ashwini ma'am, then Megha ma'am and Ashwini ma'am, like that.
Yes.
Okay.
So, ma'am,
Thank
I can
you.
observe the class of a primary teacher also, right?
Yes, you
Means
can.
fourth grade, fifth grade, and all.
Yes, you can.
But then there should be some learning you carry out
Yes,
of it,
yes.
Megha. That's very, very important.
Yeah, ma'am.
Mhm.
Okay. Deciding the educational objectives.
I just want to share that I also observed one of the class, but I actually didn't find anything that is okay productive or I can learn anything from that class. So I will just do the observation again. For that reason,
Okay,
I just
sure.
you are
Sure.
I just
Yeah.
finished it because of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Next is choosing activities, timings and order, preparing resources and material, planning how to assess progress, formative assessments. Fine. Now you have answered, Rupa, on what aspects are needed in the planning. Why are
Yes.
they needed? That is important.
Okay.
And okay, this is what do you consider when you are planning your lesson plan. So what aspects also you have covered.
Yes, ma'am.
And why are they needed is needed.
Okay. I'll do that.
Anandita is absent today.
No info, ma'am. She did not message me or anything too. The Mr. Ikramul, no response at all. So I guess we'll have to just
Drop him.
drop him because missing so many classes would be difficult. Not possible at all. I'm sending him a
Okay.
mail on the same lines, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, you're considering these in your lesson plans. Why are you considering them? And what, like, no, when you're planning, how do you look into these and you plan? How exactly are you looking at these aspects and planning? Why are you doing so? Okay, you Rohini, to you also. You're considering these aspects. Okay, why are you considering only these aspects? And how will you go about doing it in your class? How do you plan for it? Okay. Is it, Rohini, rephrase your sentence there, this particular thing. I consider these aspects because to give children knowledge about the content. What exactly are you transferring? Think about it. What exactly are you trying to reach with your kids?
I want
For
to teach the
example,
lesson.
for example, you're teaching maths, let us say. Okay. Now, let us say you're going to teach multiplication. Now,
Yes,
when
madam.
you're starting to teach multiplication, do you go up to 13, 14, 15?
No, madam.
Then how do
Directly,
you start?
directly we can't go. Basically, I will take models of two objects, multiplies of two objects into two objects. Means simpler way I will take initially,
Right,
so that
right.
children will understand that basic content, basic requirement of multiplication, how they should
Very
do
good.
multiples
Correct.
of that. So
So,
that
what is that you're doing? Now you think and tell me. When you say content is vast, isn't
okay,
it?
okay.
But what is that you are trying to achieve?
I want to
Given there
say
in the
I want to
document
teach.
given. In the document it is given. That is the reason I'm still asking you, because you have given a very valid one, because many of them miss this part. When you're saying content, remember content is very huge. But what exactly should we give the child? That is more important. How will you restrict yourself? What is the conditions that you have to follow? Look at that content, you have it there.
So whatever the thing that is covered in the lesson, what children need to understand from that particular unit, from that particular lesson, that topics I will take. Why? Because every topic in the lesson, if we want to explain, we can elaborate it, like as you said, vast. Everything, every small thing also we can elaborate it and we can go into depth. But children will get, even if we give more knowledge about that also, they will get lost. They don't get the basic thing. So what is required up to
How
that
do you
lesson, up to
determine
that,
what is required? How do you determine what is required?
depending upon the lesson plan and the curriculum
That
what
is
we are
only you're
following.
going to do. That is what you're thinking. Lesson plan only you're going to look at. So how do
Yes.
you write that? Others, can you help her?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, she should affirm herself that whatever the learning objectives are there, that should be okay, achieved at the end of the class. Okay,
Very good. Yes,
that
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 learning
is a purpose
objective
that is
must
part
be.
of the content which she is going to deliver in that particular class.
Yes, that's correct. So learning objective is one, learning objective or learning outcome. Then, okay, I'll give you another example. Maybe you will come out. See, there are many schools around you that run
Wow.
IIT Foundation. Yes. Why is it not advisable to do such thing to students?
The reason behind that, ma'am, because might be they feel quite okay distracted. They should be focused in their present curriculum, whatever being okay. For that reason, they should not extend to okay that level that they feel actually complete. They should feel actually completely exhausted and completely distracted. That what need to be focused more. Okay, this time, what we should do. So okay, that is the purpose. Not okay advisable in the schools to do that. IIT foundation courses, because that okay
Is
that
that
element
that?
their foundation should be strong. Because their elementary
They
foundation
are
should.
also saying we are doing for foundation only. But what is lacking there? What is lacking there? You will get it. It's a simple one. Once that word comes out, you will say, oh, this much only.
Vocabulary.
Huh?
I miss what are you saying? What is missing? I was typing. I'm sorry. Can you tell me?
Because see, they will say that like there are certain schools which are conducting IIT Foundation. Okay. So that is not advisable, it is said. Why is it not advisable? For all of them. It is not only for the elite or something like that. It's advisable not to have such things. You can have differentiation, but not directly those type of content. Why?
That
This
is
is very
reward
strenuous for
system
the
sort of
kids.
thing
Why?
where, targeted towards certain exam only, which doesn't, uh, like,
No, because
like
they
Ma'am,
may
your
because
may
it's
learning.
I,
very
ma'am?
tiring for the kids.
It's
Le-
tiring, okay. You're saying
Too
targeted
straight,
towards one exam, okay.
yes,
Then
too
yes.
strenuous for the kids.
too strenuous. Why?
And
Because
in-depth knowledge is more.
the
There, Sarah
children,
has said that. I'm waiting for
according to
that.
the age, it's too much for them to handle
Oh,
that much. Like there is a cup of water, you can fill only how much it is. You can't pour more, and they won't get. It will be too much exertion on them then.
yes. So there is
Yes.
something called as age appropriate content.
Learning, age appropriate learning.
Yes.
Yes.
So if it is not age appropriate, okay, it will become difficult for the child to understand, and the more pressure we put in to make them understand will become a harassment or a stress for the child, leading to different other physical problems, social problems, mental problems, emotional problems. Okay. So that is the reason why when we are planning, remember Rohini, for us, what happens is, if you are CBSE, yes, they give you textbook very beautifully, but in Cambridge, generally they give the outcomes and recommend the sources. They don't give you that these textbooks have to be followed. There are 4 publishers, they recommend you can use it, but the teacher's job is to look at the outcomes and map your syllabus according to the outcomes, not follow the textbooks. So when that is done, what happens is you need to have a complete picture of what exactly is to be taught according to the learning objective. You cannot go beyond that. Okay.
Okay.
So when you're teaching in your class also, it will be good, instead of following the content, follow the objective. When you follow the objective, remember you're not only going into the content, but also preparing them for the exam, because the examiner or the assessor is going to look at these learning outcomes and prepare the question paper. Okay, so learning outcomes or objectives become the priority in your classes. Okay, that is the reason your planning should be entirely based on the learning outcome. What exactly the learning outcome wants the student to learn. So when for example, your shuffle you take or your checkpoint you take, it is measured or gauged, the performance is gauged based on the learning outcome, not on based on the content. Okay, what was the objective? What was the outcome? So whether the child, see, it is not the knowledge of numbers, for example, that they are checking. Okay, there may be sequencing of numbers, okay, arranging them in ascending, descending order. Now this becomes the objective. You understood? That is manipulating with the content that is given. So what manipulation with the content is needed should be taught in your classes. So that should be the aim in your classes or the objective in your classes. Okay. So based on those objectives, you should start designing your lesson plan. Now, in order to reach that, what steps you have to follow, that has to be planned. Okay. That has to be planned, because most of your kids can read and understand, but manipulating those will not be in their hands. That you will have to help them to manipulate the content and put it in different ways so that they come across or reach the objective of the class. So that is the main aim of lesson planning. Lesson planning is for focusing on the learning objective. Okay, then based on the learning objective, you look at the resources, what is the prior knowledge required, how you will be conducting your classes, and what assessment you will be doing. Okay. Next, a decision about the educational objectives that the lesson is designed to foster. That is important. Next is selection and scripting of a lesson involves deciding type and nature of activities that is used to develop both knowledge as well as skills. The preparation of all props, that is your resources, materials, worked examples, apparatus, okay, the working order, layout of your classroom, all that has to be looked into. Next is, how will you monitor and assess pupils' progress and attainment during and after the lesson to evaluate whether the intended learning has taken place. So these are the 4 important stages of planning And why you are doing all this is finally to reach the appropriate learning outcome that is intended for that particular lesson. Okay. Aims and objectives. This is a very important part. Read through the resource aim and objective and find out what is the difference between an aim and what is an objective. You should give me, you can refer through your resources, your curriculum document. If you're using CIE, go through CIE. If you're using CBSE, go to NCERT outcomes and see what will you have as an aim and what, remember curriculum gives you aim. You have to design the objective. Okay. So design one, share it, then we will do the detail. You understood what I'm saying? You have your Cambridge document, right? Scheme of work. Yes. So scheme of work gives you the aim. From the aim for a particular period, can you derive the objective? First, understand what is aim and objective, and then you put it in the chat box. Understand what is an aim, what is an objective. So first let us work on one. What is aim and what is objective? First you do that, then I will tell you. First you find out what is aim, what is objective. Then we will do the next step. So first activity is for just find the difference between aim and objective. Don't do writing objectives now. I will give you that time. Can just Google it also, no issue. Find out what is aim, what is objective. Afterwards, when you're writing your assignment, you can write it with a proper resource. Aim, what should we achieve in the end of what?
Ma'am, aim is a long-term goal, and objective is a specific time-bound goal that you have to do it on step-to-step base that help us to achieve that aim.
Okay, okay. So now relate it to your lesson and tell me what will be your aim, what will be an. It's like end of academic year, Rohini. You have multiplication, you have division, you have addition, you have subtraction, then you have order of operations. Now all this together you will have an aim.
No, these all are aim, but for one particular day, objective is doing only addition. It's the objective
Okay.
of that day.
Aim is all put together.
Yeah, aim is all put together, all the chapters, like the entire subject, like how you say addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, fraction, and all these all is aim, and objective is one topic from that. Like addition
Okay.
is just that.
Okay. Okay.
Small topics that we are going to teach in day-to-day class. That is
Okay.
objective which we will in learning objectives that we will achieve in the class. Outcomes, final outcomes of every class. That is objectives, that comes under objectives.
Okay. Anyone else?
Ma'am, aims are always be okay long term, that we actually measure, we cannot measure okay directly, but yes, okay, objectives we can actually measure with our students' performance, that how much they learn, from the
Okay,
learning
okay, okay. That's good. Okay.
It's like teaching the topics needed to write like an information text. There are certain features or certain elements where everything we teach them on a daily base, on an objective base. Today's objective is particular topic, and aim is when they use all these objectives together, write one final like after the unit is done, how they write one topic of non-fiction text or accumulation of using all these objectives and whichever they can process and finally provide the needed outcome of that unit, and the same knowledge which can use to the next stages also.
I think Megha has given the definition rightly. Aims are broad general statements of what we want students to learn in the lesson. In a lesson itself, you can have multiple aims. Objectives are specific, measurable statements of what students should be able to do at the end of the lesson. I'll give you an example so that you will understand. LOE I've written, isn't it? Plan a lesson that has clear aims and objectives and a coherent structure. That is my aim. Okay. Now, how am I reaching that aim? Through these key questions. What is lesson planning? Why is it important for teachers' role? They have given the key questions. I have not set objectives here. They have given it as questions to develop my content in such a way that I achieve. Okay, why lesson planning is important. So what will you be doing? You are going to evaluate the importance of lesson plan for a teacher. Now we discussed that. Why must lesson have clear aims and objectives? I'm starting from what is the difference, differentiate aim and objective, and then understand where you will use aim, where you will have an objective. Okay, so when we this is the one. Broad state of intent indicating what the teacher must teach the students and the students must learn, expressed in vague terms and open to interpretation. For example, know, understand, develop, etc. Those come under aim. Now, this aim is further broken down into smaller components. For example, it gives precisely what the students must be able to do after this lesson. Okay. For example, know and understand, list, explain, prepare, select a plan, build, etc. That comes under objectives. Okay. So this is your objective. Clear? Now, this is where I said you will have to write two SMART objectives. What is SMART? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound objectives. Okay, for an aim. So where will you get your aim? For Cambridge, those who following Cambridge curriculum, open your scheme of work, take a topic, and you can take. For CBSE, open NCERT outcomes. NCERT outcomes will give you the aim of your lesson. But generally, they also use keywords. So when they're using keywords, you have to focus on that particular part only for your deriving your objective. Okay. Now, once you finish, I'll tell you how exactly we can go about making. Okay. How many of you are following CBSE? Just a minute. How many of you CBSE? Okay, Rohini. Okay, only Rohini. Okay.
So, ma'am, we should write one aim and one objective based on that in the chat box.
You write your aim. See, one aim need not have one objective. It can have multiple objectives.
Means, okay. according to the Bloom's taxonomy, that verb which are used by.
No, now you write. Afterwards, we'll discuss on Bloom and all that. Now you write.
Okay.
Okay, because directly I don't want to go. Let us start with
Okay.
something, then we can reach somewhere. Okay. Rohini, I've shared you the learning outcomes. You can open the one English one and you can take the site I've opened. All of you have your scheme. Sarah, you are teaching social, right? Cambridge does
Most
not give
No, ma'am,
social.
it's Cambridge only, but my main subject is global perspective.
Okay, GP also, I don't think so. They give a complete, this one, it's a, okay, you try it out, then we'll see.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you share it again, ma'am? When I'm opening it, my net disconnected again. I connected to the class.
You can open stage wise, foundational is there, primary is there, secondary is there. So depending on which stage you are, you can.
Sudha ma'am,
Yeah,
I'll be just back in 1 minute, ma'am. Just
sure.
1 minute.
We should type our responses in chat box, ma'am, regarding
Yes,
that
you
email.
have to give your you have to give
Okay.
the aim and the objectives in your chat box.
Okay. Based on the objective, what should be our aim in the class?
No.
Then,
Your aim is your scheme of work. From there, derive the objectives and write it here. Aim is given by your curriculum document. So you
okay.
will have a code also. Remember, for Cambridge, there is a code also.
Yes,
That
it is.
code
But
must be specified. The code
uh,
must be specified for the aim. And from that, you will have to derive your objectives.
object. Okay.
You are all able to access your curriculum documents. Okay. Take any one, even if it's the lesson that you've completed, only one sentence with that code you take. Don't worry of mistakes that you're making. Try it out. Then I'll help you how to do it.
after reading the extract in the class by the activity of group reading, ma'am, I just always used to do okay this, that they need to just actually identify the structural features, theme,
Where is
purpose,
your
tone,
objective? 1
time.
minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, Rupa, 1 minute.
Okay, that I usually do in the class like this
So
on.
it's to convey intended purpose accurately. Okay. Okay. Can you put both together? Don't put it as separate things, because up and down, a new chat comes, I'll go up and down and I'll miss it. Okay.
Okay,
Put your aim and objective together.
okay. Yeah, right, because I was just okay typing, so it takes time. Okay.
Rupa, I want to understand. First thing is, your aim is shape the overall structure and sequence of the chosen text to convey the intended purpose. Okay, accurately. Now let us go back to our first part. Okay, what will you plan for this? What are the things that you need to achieve this aim? You forget
Yeah,
about objective now. You forget about others also. Please listen so that you will also have an idea. Then you can now think on that. Now you can work. Okay. Now this is the aim. Shape the overall structure and sequence. I'll just put it in my PPT. I'll just make a slide and I'll add so that now. I just want you all to have a.
I'll just explain that how, because I'm doing
No,
this in
no.
the class very regularly.
1 minute, Rupa. It's not about your explanation that I'm asking. First, no, before you go into that, you have to have an idea of what are the things that are needed for me to reach this in my class. Okay. I'll just share a minute. Someone else has put. Now, this is for open discussion for all of you. Can you just think and tell? She needs to attain the overall structure and sequence of the chosen text. So it can be any text, okay? To convey the intended purpose accurately. So what do you think are the things that are required for Rupa to attain this? Or you as a teacher to achieve this? What are the things that are required? Let us work from there. What is required?
Shall I say, ma'am?
Yeah, everyone can say. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. So just regarding the extract, ma'am. First, I just need to give them that idea that what is the extract is all about, right, ma'am? And then I should
But
start.
that is the aim, isn't it?
Yes. So first, I need to give them the knowledge of the structure, that how they should identify the structure of the extract. Right, ma'am. Then I should just go slowly with the group reading, right? So when they finish the one paragraph, I should ask them to identify the literary devices, right? Imagery. What are the figurative language which is there in the first paragraph only? Means through the skimming and scanning. They should read that first paragraph first through the group reading. Then by their own, to just identify that what are the structural features that we are just aiming to identify in that particular paragraph. What is the purpose of that writer, that he wanted to convey in this first paragraph only. Not the entire text I should ask them to read, just paragraph wise we should do in the class, so that they can be focused in the class, and they could just give the responses accordingly, that what should be the imagery, what are the sensory details are there in the first paragraph. So first they should have the prior knowledge of all the things. So I just usually first do the revision of all these things in the class, so that they can easily identify. So I just
This
prepared
is for grade 6, right?
Ma'am, grade 7, ma'am. Grade 7.
Now this is 7 WS, isn't it? That means it is stage 7. Stage 7 is grade 6, if I'm not right, right?
I have taken this from scheme of work only, ma'am. It is
I know
segmented.
that. My question, see, you generally follow stage 2 for grade 1, right?
Yes.
Then 7 becomes for grade 6, isn't it? The
Okay.
code 7 stands for grade 6.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So what does W stand for? What is WS stand for?
Okay, W stands for their writing,
Hmm.
and S stands for this speaking.
No. See that W is capital, S is small. Cambridge writes everything in codes, which is very specific. If it was a speaking one, it will come 7S.
Okay, yes, you're right. Yes.
So what is
Hmm.
WS? You see the code, what is it given for? This is
Hmm.
for developing writing structure. Why are
Yes.
you teaching them the context? You
Okay.
have given key structural features, imagery, literary devices. This is a writing activity.
Yes.
The aim itself is on a writing. So it is, you need not give all this and you need not teach them all this. This aim
But
is for developing writing among students, Rupa. So you take a aim which is in writing and you give it for no explanation of a context. Remember, your total lesson will go wrong and they are not even going to consider it for evaluation.
okay.
You understood? You have to be
Uh,
very careful when you're using Cambridge codes.
okay. It is not
Okay,
for
it is for, the 7
purpose. It
WS
is not
means
they need
it
to
is writing with structure. Okay.
write.
So what
Sure.
you have
But
to now here, what that is why I was asking, what is that you need? What is that you need? Here you need a context. Remember, I'm not talking of context because your
yes,
code
it's
states it
the
is writing. Okay. A
writing.
context. Now writing
Actually,
ideas.
yes, right in the textbook. Actually, I just asked them to write all. Okay, this just against that particular paragraph, so that during the exam time they can actually do the revision. That what are the structural devices based on that particular paragraph. Although that extract will not come in the exam, just for the revision purpose, they are doing the writing in the textbook only. That what they have
No,
actually
now
identified.
listen to me, Rupa. I'm just telling you how you can go about doing it. Okay.
Okay.
So first, your idea is to develop writing practice among your students, writing with a proper structure. You understood, all of you? So when you're writing structure, fundamentally, remember, ideas are going to be in random, isn't it? For a child or for us also. First, you should have that planning in your head. How exactly I'm going to write about a topic? How do you think you will have the writing part in your head? It will be an idea that is going to come. So yes, definitely my child is going to write different ideas. So now I need to have a session for collecting ideas. Yes, this will be the first stage that I have to give them practice. Then I will ask them to group or sequence. Yes or no? Which comes first? This is my way of teaching. This is my idea of teaching. I'll tell them this is my map, mind map of how I will go in a class. So first I'll ask them to collect ideas. I'll ask them to sequence it. Okay, which comes first, which comes next, which comes after that. So I will ask them to group or sequence the ideas. Yes. Now after grouping or sequencing, I'll ask them to put in a rough structure. Okay, rough structure. Once it is put in a rough structure, now I know that what are the things I need to build Connections. What are the connections that I'm talking about? Introduction. Okay. Scene opening. That is what is first, second, third. That sequence of events I have to. Okay. Then you will go with different events or whatever it is. You are building a story or a structure. So events, and finally you will go into conclusion. So now this is my idea. Now think about what should be my objective. You understood this part? How many of you have doubt here? Till this, Sarah, no idea?
Ma'am, I understood. It's clear.
Now you got the gist of how it has to be done. This, how your planning has to go with your aim.
Yes.
Now next what you do is, now this is what I need to get my students done, because this gives me overall structure sequence of the text. Okay. For example, I'm asking you to write about Indian Constitution, or let us go to the lamest of, I'm going to ask the students to write about nature or seasons. So now try and put this. Can you get this context in your part? Think. Writing ideas, they'll write all the ideas they can, all the rough ideas as clouds they can put and map it up. Then they can sequence it, put it in a flow, okay, which comes first and all. Then they will make connections with whatever sentences they have made in sequence. Okay. So now this I need my students to do it in an order. Now for me, all this is not important. For me, first one is this part. Second is this part in the class. Third is making connections. Okay. Then writing the passage. Or writing the passage with the idea, because my idea is my intended purpose. Got it? So my objective, how should it start? I should start with them collecting ideas. So now what I want you to do, think about this, look at all the Bloom's verbs possible. Google it, look at all the Bloom's verb possible. Okay. And find out an appropriate verb with which I can use this context of writing ideas. You got it? I'll give you one. You can try the others, and I'll just give you one. Okay. You can open anything, Bloom's verbs. Don't think about the levels and all now. We'll just go about it later. Let us now go only with the word. So first one is, I need them to collect. Which verb will be easy for me? Okay, I'm going to start with I've taken the verb organizing. Organizing.
In the chat box,
Organize.
one
I will not be able to check chat box now, Rupa. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
Organizing ideas related to the topic as a mind map. Organizing ideas related to the given topic as a mind map. Now, is this specific? What have I done? I have told they have to organize ideas. Okay. I am giving them a topic that also I have given. Okay. So you can, even if you are, for example, I'm talking of seasons on the given topic, seasons as a mind map. Got it? It becomes more specific. Now for science, math and all, you have to be this specific. Okay. Is it measurable? Yes, you have a mind map which is measurable. Time bound? Yes, you have given time to find it out. Okay, it can be done. Is it attainable for students because its season is age appropriate and they can do a mind map? So is it a smart one? Yes. So this becomes a objective. Now remember, this is the aim. The aim has not changed for me. This becomes one objective, what it is only collecting ideas. Okay, I am not doing anything else. It's just organizing ideas related to the season. Now, for example, you feel my child is not able to do it as an individual. Mind map as pair work. Got it? Now they can do it. They have multiple brains working, so they will get ideas. Okay.
So, ma'am,
Now
in
this.
one So, ma'am, in one slot, we will be doing one objective.
No, one period you can have maximum of 40 minutes. No, so 3 to 4 objectives you can have. Maximum is 3, preferably. Now this I am asking, getting them to do it one period. Remember that. Now the next one is grouping or sequence. So next one I will be writing sequence the collected ideas into order. Okay, order in the pair or as a pair work. As a pair work. So now the collected ideas also will come out as a pair work. So my second stage is also done. You understood what I'm talking about?
Yes,
All of
ma'am.
you are able to understand? Now let us do the third one. Okay. Third one is going to be, now again you will have to look at what verb I can use. So next I'm going to compose the ideas, compose the sequenced ideas using proper introduction. Okay. Then content and conclusion. Okay. As pair work. Now, will you stop with this? You're not going to stop with this, isn't it? Why did we do this? Peer evaluate. You can write, or it's up to you. Present the pair work to your class. You can write this or you need not write this, but this has to be evaluated. That becomes your assessment. This can be written, need not be written, but in your lesson plan, this has to come. Clear? Now, look at the aim. What was the intended purpose? Can you now look at and tell what was the intended purpose? From the aim, there is a word given, convey the intended purpose accurately. What was the intended purpose here?
To learn about season.
Seasons. Seasons is the intended purpose. Seasons, that is the topic, is the intended, writing about the topic is the intended purpose. Okay. So then they have collected ideas, they have written. Now remember, they have to convey the intended purpose accurately. Now I've given a very vague topic, seasons. Okay. If it's a persuasive writing, then you may also ask the students to write on, say for example, women liberation is a must. So how do they sequence the ideas, put it and write? Or you should write against child labor. That is the chosen text to convey intended purpose. So when you are saying chosen text, they will have to refer documents extract and then also write. Now now remember it's an aim. Aim need not be completed in one period. Please understand that. Some aim can be completed in one period. Some aim will require more than one period. You got it? How I did it? Yes? Now can you try it out? I'll share this. Don't worry. I'll share this one in your WhatsApp. Okay, so that you can have an idea.
Ma'am, and that you said that organizing idea, sequence, and compose. So for every objective, these things will also change, right?
Yes, your blooms will change. Definitely change. Okay. And your aim need not be completed in one period. Please understand your aim can be for more than 2 periods. Okay. And sometimes it may complete in one period. It depends again on the topic, the age of the students.
Ma'am, this is so amazing. If every teacher does that, the entire class would be so fruitful. I mean, I could
Definitely.
really never thought of making it this way. Just for writing it, it's so clearly explained.
When you
It's really
write it,
amazing.
any teacher can go. You now know the steps how you have to take your class. Okay. So once you know that, your class becomes easy and you are very much planned on how you have to execute your class. Okay. Yeah.
For me, social studies is easy. It's very based to take up the class. But my main class is global perspectives, and I used to go kind of haywire sometimes. Like I don't know how to. I have lot of ideas, but if I do it in this way, till now my global perspective classes have not been started yet. It's going for my next year preparation actually. So I was not able to get it. But if I do it this way, it will be amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. Definitely. So you all can take a break also and come back. So 10:43 it is. So 10:48 we will get back and we will work on your objectives and aims. Okay, Rohini, now you understood why I said content should not be a focus.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Megha, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Megha, I was going through yours.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
aim and objective. First thing is this the CIE one?
Yes, yeah.
Which
The
one?
code will be that 4-digit wala code, no? 0893 is our code.
No, that is your subject code.
Okay.
You have codes for your aims also. They give it as outcomes or objectives. SOW, scheme of work you have to see. You have your scheme of work, you check that, you will have your code. Now it
Okay.
starts for you, if it is grade 8, it will be 9. B it has to start with.
Okay. This was for ma'am grade 6, stage 7. This
Stage
topic.
7, okay, then you check this stage 7B it will come.
Stage 7B.
7B it will come because I don't remember the subcodes.
Okay. Okay.
You check it out. You have the access, isn't it, for
Yes, yes,
CIE?
I have.
Download the scheme of work and check.
Hmm.
Because they will not give anything on understanding. They are very specific.
Hmm. Ma'am, if you don't mind, can I share the screen and show it to you?
Yes,
Because
you can share. I don't know where to share. 1 minute. Yeah, you can share.
okay, just a minute.
Others also please start because remember, unless until you make mistakes, you will not write it properly. So no, try to do whatever possible mistakes here so that you can write it.
What we
Ma'am,
should
this
write?
is
Can you please?
No, this is,
Ma'am, you asked us to do?
this I think you have done it actually, na?
it was downloaded, ma'am. No, it is from the site only.
No, this is not the way they give. Go down, go down.
Yeah, the codes is not given according to Cambridge codes.
No, this is no, this is not this one. This is already planning is done for you.
Oh,
This is not scheme of work.
Ma'am, so what Megha ma'am is showing is already a lesson plan made.
Yes.
Mm.
So lesson
but
plan.
Yes.
yeah, this was only the scheme of work.
No, that
Okay.
is not the scheme of work.
Okay, I'll stop sharing.
See,
Ma'am, for me, Sarah, I cannot, I don't have access because in Cambridge we don't have social science. So this year they had social science in
that
our
is the
school.
no problem. What you do is take NCRT social outcomes.
Okay. From next year onwards, they are going to remove social science and keep only global perspective. So but right now I don't have access. So I take hers. Okay.
You have your login credentials, Megha.
Yes, ma'am. I have opened the site also now.
Open that. Under that, you will have just a minute. I think Anubhuti ma'am has shared with me. Just a minute.
Mhm.
This I think is last year. Just a minute. I'll share. This will how you will get your scheme of work. Just check it out. Got it? This is how you will be getting. Okay, so you will get, can you see the code here?
Yes.
Mm. So this is your aim.
Mm.
So this is what you have to take it out. I've directly gone into food webs and all that. That is too high. So you're talking of microorganisms. It's somewhere here only. I saw that. Yeah.
Unit 7. This one.
Understand that all microorganisms are single-celled. It is. So you're talking about food web and all that. That doesn't come here.
Okay.
Typically single-celled, secondary. Here you have. Can you see? This is further this is see TWS is thinking and working scientifically. Here you have the code expansion also.
Okay.
So biology, thinking and working scientifically, 1 and 2, these are the sub ones.
Mm.
So you will have to look through which code you're taking from this. Okay, and then further divide. Okay. Yeah. Others, Yamini, Rohini.
Ma'am, everyone are writing in, they are writing with code, right, ma'am? Cambridge code. I am CBSE, right, ma'am? How I should?
CBSE will not have code. Don't worry.
Yes, ma'am. So, no need to mention that, right, ma'am?
No, code is not required, but you will have to take it directly from the NCRT outcomes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, can you start sending? Standing of lesson overall and to no, 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 no. Rohini, which one are you doing? Which class are you talking about this?
Madam, I am talking about the lesson solar system. I forgot to mention that. Now I am writing, ma'am.
1 minute, 1 minute. Solar system of which class? Let me
Class
just
3. Excuse me. Class 3, ma'am.
just a minute. NCRT outcomes. Class 3 will be elementary stage. Just a minute. It has to download. It has to open now.
we should write the aims and objectives, ma'am, from scheme work. Okay, take aim from that and then write the objective based on that.
Yes.
Okay.
Palavatika, grade 1 and 2. I don't know, these fellows have not given for elementary. Yeah? Okay, let me click environmental science. Just a minute, I'll give you for science. Actually, you don't have a science, you get it as EVS for primary, class 3. You are following any private textbook? Rohini,
Yes, ma'am.
which publisher? Rohini, which publisher?
Ma'am, actually we are following currently Macmillan Publications. Macmillan Publishers.
Okay. So what is the content of the lesson? Can you just tell me? Only solar system, sun and its planets, or Earth?
Only solar system and planets and sun.
That's all.
And day and night, concept of day and night. How it rotates. So one rotation means how the day will be there, how the night will be there. Why the planets, how long the planet takes to orbit the sun.
Okay, okay.
Earth takes Earth takes 366 days like that to orbit, to complete one revolution, one rotation around the sun. That to explain that, ma'am.
Okay. Then your aim should be related to that. Just let me check anything we have on solar system.
Based on 1 mm, how many objective we should give? Three minimum.
See, it depends on what is your objective. There is nothing like a fixed one. Sometimes your objectives may go up to 6 for an aim, but what happens is you will have to scatter it into 2 periods.
Yes, because we can't achieve 6 LOs in one period.
Okay. Rohini, it comes in class 6 according to NCRT. So what you can do is, instead of for a higher this one, it comes here as observe stars, planets, satellites, eclipse under the guidance. So you need not do that. Instead, you can take Yeah, I'll just share you this. You just see this. Based on this, you will have to. Okay, you will have to search and take the relevant objectives because you can't take 6. Can you see here?
Yes,
Observe
ma'am.
stars, planets, satellite, eclipse under not, what is required only you have to take. Distinguishes
Okay.
between stars, planets. This becomes your objective because it's very specific. Recognizes that Earth is a unique celestial body due to existence of life. So here also it is more specific. Demonstrates day and night. You need not touch seasons. Day and night. That's enough. You got it? So
Yes, ma'am.
demonstrates day and night. When you're using the word demonstrate, it has to be an experiment that you're conducting. Remember the
Yes.
torchlight, that experiment you have to conduct here. Okay. So you will
Yes.
have to search, and based on your age appropriate, you will have to state. Distinguish is not an issue. But for example, here they have given that no recognizes Earth is unique celestial body. Okay, that may not, and zones of Earth with special reference to biosphere not required for class 3.
Actually, in textbook it is there. So I need.
Biosphere is also there.
So
Then you
only,
can,
but in detail depth it is not there, ma'am. Like introduction, like how we are introducing solar system, how the planets
see
are,
for you, what you can
how
take
many
is
planets
don't
are
now,
there.
I understood that, Rohini, don't take this as your aims. Actually, this becomes your aim. But
Okay.
because yours is class 3 and it's given in class 6, take this as your aim itself and
Okay.
derive your objectives from there.
Okay, madam.
Okay, yeah. Others, were you able to? Don't aim, okay, understand the lesson on, no lesson, don't say lesson. You understood, that means you're becoming specific to context, to that particular book. Don't do that. Okay,
Okay, madam.
it is not making children understand also. Okay, to
Okay,
enable,
ma'am.
to enable them, or to make children aware of the solar system and its components. Fine, don't say the lesson.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Objectives will be, no, not, don't start with the concept of rotation. Making them understand about solar system is, first thing is you have to, as I told you, stages. First they have to understand what is solar system.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what is solar system? So you have to start from there. Solar system, the students will recognize the system which has sun,
Sun
planets,
and planet.
and its satellites, as called as, along with whatever entities is present, is a solar system. So basically you will start from there. You have to start because you're teaching class 3.
Three.
That will be your first objective. Look at the Bloom's verb. Don't say the concept of rotation and this one. You have to start with what is the Bloom's verb you want. Look at the Bloom's verb because Bloom's verbs is very important. With object, if objective is not correct, I will send it multiple times to asking you to change it. Okay, your objective has to be very specific and very clear. Okay, then you talk about rotation. Now, how will you talk about rotation?
I am showing that globe, madam.
No, no, no. You forget about what you're doing. What do you want them to learn about rotation?
Means rotate around self. Like
What
I
do
will.
you want them? Do you want them to analyze? Do you want them to, oh no, understand? I mean,
Understand. I
understanding,
want them to understand that
you
rotation.
cannot, Rohini, you cannot use knowledge, know, understand, analyze. Analyze, you can use apply, okay, evaluate. These keywords generally, especially know and understand, you cannot use.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you have to use further verbs of it.
Okay.
Okay, now
Thank
here
you.
it is demonstrate. So you will have to look at verbs for it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Rupa, again no one. I'll just ask you a question here. You have given use relevant features when writing for a chosen purpose. Objective you're writing, identify the key structural and language features used in the text. Now, what is the text about?
Okay, text is about the adventure stories. Adventure stories.
You have to write that, identify the key structural and language features used in adventure stories.
Okay.
Okay, you have to be that specific. Remember, adventure will be different from your, fictional definitely will be different from non-fictional. So adventure
Yes.
stories will be different. For example, you have detective stories, that will be different. Okay.
Yes.
So that has to come there. Select appropriate features. So it is adventure stories, tone, vocabulary, sentence style, text, organization based on adventure story.
Okay.
Apply these features. Apply these features in writing your own adventure story.
Okay. Sure, ma'am. I'm noting it down.
So yours is reading, Yamini. You're on mute.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, begin to show awareness that non-fiction text types have different purposes and begin to identify features. Okay, so context, observe, identify. Okay, grouping of the text, fiction. Very good. Okay, discuss the differences, understand the differences of that objective. What is the verb you want to apply there? You have written, what you want them to do. What is the verb?
I want them to understand. So a clear
No
understanding.
understanding. No understanding here. What do you want them to do?
List. I want them to list the type of text. First thing that I want them to do is list the
You
type
have
of
already,
text.
see, do you have other than fiction, non-fiction for them?
No. In non-fiction, the subcategories is what we are trying to, like, why there are different types of non-fiction is what the aim is. But first, they have to understand the difference between fiction and non-fiction. They have to
You have
segregate all.
used the word there. You have used the
Yes.
word there. What is the
Yes.
word? You just used. That has to be your objective. You use the word there. Can
The
anyone help us?
difference.
So that has to come.
Okay.
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 Differentiate the different text presented based on what?
Okay.
Okay, based on context or based on the content of the text.
Okay.
So that differentiation when they bring, then you label them, isn't it? That next is identifying clearly. Now they differentiated. Yes, you can help them identify. Reading and finding differences. Okay. What do you want them to read and find? Why? Now look at that. Reading, finding the visible differences in features of text. What exactly are you asking them to do?
So the non-fiction text has different features like labels, captions, subheadings.
No. Now you are telling me all this. What exactly are you asking the student to do? Think about that.
I'm asking them to see, I'll be providing them with two different type of non-fiction text. No, I'm just telling. One has labels and pictures, the other will be without them, and the third one will be in a box format, like in a table format. So I want them to understand all three are non-fiction.
You have gone beyond understanding.
Yes. I want them to process that non-fiction can be presented in all three different formats.
Okay, processing what? Processing, where does it happen? I'm trying to get that word from you.
Okay, great.
Where does that processing happen? For a kid, for your level kid, Where do you think that process happens of understanding and identifying or differentiating? Where do you think it happens? In their hand, legs?
Shall I say,
Ah.
ma'am?
1 minute. No, Rupa, 1 minute. I want her to come out with that word. Now, if they are processing in their head, what is the word that you can put there?
Think.
Thinking
Think.
means, now come to the Bloom's verbs and think. What is the word that you can put?
Mm,
It
just
is a level also.
Shall
yeah.
I say, ma'am?
Yeah?
Analyze? No.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Analyze the context. You got it. See, why I am stressing on that is yours is already, you have defined your objective correctly on the first one was in the understanding. The next identify came into the applicative level. And the third one came into the analysis level.
Okay.
So there is a clear increase in the levels also. It can happen, it need not happen. But in your case, it is clearly happening. Okay. Then that
And
is reading, finding visible differences that comes under analysis. Now
this is okay.
identifying and providing a reason. It comes under the 5th stage. You are asking them to judge. So when it is coming to judging, what are you asking the students to do?
Providing
You understood how you have to pick your verbs also? Yeah. How you have to? What is the
based on
word? Tell the Bloom's verb, identify and provide a reason. You have written it correctly. There is
okay.
nothing wrong in identifying, providing a reason. But you can use one word for it. When you are making a judgment call, why this comes under this category?
Evaluate.
Evaluate. Okay. Evaluate the given context. Okay.
And okay. And I got how to frame the sentence. Okay, I'll edit and I'll
So
post it again.
you will now evaluation, you can take it to the next class also.
Yes, this is actually
Okay.
2 classes
Yeah,
thing.
you can take it. Yes?
Got
Yeah. That was good. Others? Okay, Megha. Microorganisms have
Ma'am, I
as
checked the scheme of
decomposed.
work again. Yes, I checked the scheme of work again. I downloaded the new one, the latest one now, and did it once again.
Identify different, very good. Decomposes. Explain how microorganisms break down dead animals and plants. Okay. Describe the importance, very good, that's correct. Recycling nutrient. Compare the role of, now you have written the objective. How are you actually doing it in the class? Now identify microorganisms that act as decomposers in an ecosystem. How? How are you doing that in your class?
Identify different microorganisms that act as decomposers in an ecosystem. I means, ma'am, how I am delivering the topic, that is what you're
We are
asking?
saying specific. It's
Hmm.
specific.
Hmm.
Measurable. How exactly are you going to make it measurable and attainable within your class time?
Okay.
Identify different microorganisms that act as decomposers in an ecosystem. In an ecosystem means, are you going to take them out and ask them to check and do?
Ma'am, no,
So
it's not
how
possible.
exactly are you going to?
That I'm delivering it through the pictures of different types of microorganisms through a PPT.
That
I
you
have
have to put it there.
Okay.
Okay. Act as
Examples of different
decomposers
microorganisms.
in the ecosystems through the images present in a PPT or PowerPoint presentation.
Okay.
Explain how microorganisms break dead plants and animals. Okay. This is a process that they have to, when you're identifying alone, you need that specific. Describe the importance. This also is understanding. So it's an elaborate, that is fine. Compare the role of decomposer microorganisms with other decomposers. Okay, like fungi, earthworms. Okay. Analyze how the absence of decomposers microorganism
Microorganism.
would affect nutrient cycles and ecosystem. Fine, this is fine. Okay, that's good.
Only,
That much.
only I need to add the images
Only in
of
the identify part,
identify.
because you cannot take them out and do that.
Correct.
There it has to be specific. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Next, others. Mrinalini ma'am.
Just 2 minutes, ma'am. I'll paste.
Okay. Okay, I'll just move forward. So this is the template that we will be using. Please note this following. It has to be Module 1 Exploring Teaching, Unit 2 Lesson Plan form. So your full name here, lesson topic, date, location. Okay, location is your school. Okay, learner group. What is the age group of your students? How many minutes are you going to? Don't go below 40 minutes or above 1 hour. Standard time is 40. Primary classes preferably restricted to 40 to 45 minutes. Secondary do not exceed 1 hour. Group size, that is the total number of students in your lesson. Aim. What is your aim? Just now you took from the code everything, you will write it here. Your objectives you will list down here. Okay. You will be writing. This one, please understand, you will write the time here. Time is not 40 minutes. Don't write everything here. You start, say 5 minutes, prior knowledge, 10 minutes, what you are going to, how you are introducing the topic. Then say 10 minutes, how you will be going through the topic. Then last 5 minutes will be conclusion. Now, each one of this must have, here you have to write what is the topic. Don't write your topic in detail. How as a teacher, you're starting this in the class, what your learners will be doing during that time when you are teaching. Okay. What is the assessment that you're going to conduct during that? What are the resources that you will be using? Don't fill this unless until you have implemented the lesson plan. Okay. So you will be filling this time, topic content, learning activity, formative assessment, resources, and coming for the next week. This part and this part. Don't touch this. Okay. So this you will have to one sample. Take a copy and prepare. Don't do it with your original document. Keep that. That we will do it for final. This is just for your checking that we are doing it. Okay. Next. Objectives. So you can pick any one of this and write what you should consider while doing it, writing an LO, what you should not do while doing an LO.
Ma'am, I have kept it in the chat. Is it visible?
Just a minute. No, it's not there. You have not clicked enter, I think.
I am entering. I'm entering continuously, ma'am.
Yeah, we are not able to see yours.
I'll check.
Others read through what you should consider while writing an LO and what precaution should be taken while writing an LO.
One thing, ma'am, that you have shown just now, the lesson plan, we should just take out the hard copy of that, then write in that.
Soft
as a
copy.
rough-
Anything is soft copy. Next week you will be sharing and presenting. Not
Okay.
next week means
As a-
next. So 2 weeks you have till one plan and be ready. Mrinalini, if it's not possible, you share it. Write it and share it. I'll check it.
Just a moment.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Rohini.
If you don't mind, these links can you please share in WhatsApp group
Okay,
as
I'll
well?
share. Yeah, I'll share.
Like, thank you.
Ma'am, regarding the second link, ma'am, it is reflecting on the page that page not found regarding the assessment. Regarding the assessment link, when I click Duke assessment, it is showing page not found.
Assessment. Okay, let me check.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's showing page not found. Okay. Just I'll remove that.
Madam,
Yeah.
is it visible now?
Ah, yes, it's visible.
Ma'am, ours is a French code 0520, but otherwise, school has suggested us to use school support hub, but specifically, such schemes and all are not seen.
Okay, you have to write then an aim. What do you want them to learn from this lesson?
Okay,
See,
so
it's about seasons, isn't it? So
yeah,
according to the language that is required,
okay. So
what do
these are
you
the
want them?
points which you provided, context and objective, uh, and I tried to work on it.
Not like that. See,
Hmm.
this is topic flow you have written. Where is the aim for this lesson?
Aim.
Ah, aim and objective you have to.
So
You
these
have to write only the lesson we do not want. We want what is the aim, what is the objectives.
okay. So will it serve the purpose? The first 4 points about aim and objective.
No, this will not serve the purpose. You saw what others have written, isn't it? What is the purpose of teaching the lesson? That is important.
Okay.
The purpose of teaching the lesson, what exactly are you assessing for the learning of the student? That also is very important.
I'll rewrite.
We should type the responses in chat box regarding the questions that you have put up.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
You're all writing the do's of it, but don'ts of it, no one is mentioning.
Just wait a second, ma'am. I'm just framing. Don'ts.
It's identifying key features. Fine. Okay. Rupa, can you give me an example of that? You have written learning objective should not describe what students will do in the lesson. Objectives must describe what students know or learn by the end of the lesson. Can you give an example of it?
Yes, ma'am. For example, if I'm just taking one poem, right? So my objective should be like that they actually should identify the literary techniques, tone of the poem, what are all these they should able to learn by the end of the period, by the end of the session, what they are doing, how they are doing in the poem, that all the details I should not write in the lesson plan, that how they are doing, how they are writing while
Mm.
I should write that they actually can able to identify, they able to analyze the tone of the poem, or the structure of the text, if the prose is there, theme
Okay.
theme of the text, they should able to identify and analyze, not that what they are actually doing while the class is going on.
I didn't understand that. Can you elaborate on that? See, you have said should not describe what students will do in the lesson. Objectives must describe what students know and learn by the end of the lesson. So how will you, like for example, I'll give you an example saying that students identify the flow of the lesson, that is the introduction, the content and the conclusion. Okay. Using a brainstorming activity. Using a brainstorming activity.
Yes,
Now,
then how I'm conducting that brainstorming activity, that shouldn't be there in the lesson plan. Just the brainstorming activity I have used as
no,
icebreaker.
no,
Okay.
others also can join in. Did you understand what was my objective? The students will identify introduction, content, and conclusion using a brainstorming activity. Is it the right way of writing the lesson plan? That is the question here. What I want the students to learn?
I want the students to learn the poetic
No,
devices.
here my intention is they need to segregate the introduction, content, and conclusion.
Okay, prose is
Now,
there. If prose is there,
now
okay.
if I am doing a brainstorming activity, it is a general activity. So what happens is I am not, when you are saying learning objectives must be definite. Now
Yes.
a brainstorming activity is not a definite activity that I ensure for everyone's learning.
Yes.
It is a open for all activity. So some may learn, some may not learn. But my objective says the learners will be able to identify. So am I ensuring it with that activity? I'm not ensuring it with that activity. Okay. So that type of activities must be avoided. That type of statements must be avoided. Or for example,
General statement.
students will make a PowerPoint presentation at the end of the lesson. That is not an objective.
No.
Clear? You can
Yes.
make the students will make a presentation of their learning of this particular topic. Okay? Or students will prepare a word cloud. You can use the activity to define an objective. But for example, the students will be using, the students will show they are learning or analyze like earlier Yamini's one, analyze the findings using a word cloud. Now, why am I using word cloud? Word cloud, each individual share will come. And it is an analysis. So the conclusion again, that means when they are analyzing, the conclusion has to be given by the teacher. There your activity can come, but where it is vague, you should not be putting your activity. Okay? Or the learners will learn this poem through a read aloud activity. Will they really learn? It's
No.
not going to happen. So that type of objective is a wrong objective. It should not be task-driven objective.
Yes. Yes. Vague. It actually shouldn't be vague. Okay.
The task is actually getting predominance rather than the objective. A task should be a medium for promoting the objective, and the objective should take the predominance, not the task. Okay, that you have to be very careful with, because there are so many things that we miss as objectives. You have to be, and your objective should not be too long. Okay, objective should not be too vague. It should be measured, and it should be stated with the terms of the students. The learner will be able to. Okay, because generally that will be the first statement. Then you can start with the Bloom's verbs as 1, 2, 3. Clear? Yeah. Should not very good. Handful of people only understand. That's good. Good. Another important aspect is your aim says the student must analyze. For example, let us take the solar system that Rohini had. Okay. The student must be able to evaluate or demonstrate. Demonstrate is actually here one of the highest because it is more related to the creative level. And in the class, if you say, the student will explain the concept of day and night. You are stopping there. That should not be the case. Understood? Because your aim is at a very high level. That is on the creative level. But in the class, you have stopped it with the understanding level. That means the student will not be able to do the remaining part of it. Analyze, apply. Okay, they will not be able to do. Exam, they are not going to ask them to create. But analyze and apply, they will not be able to do. Because you have stopped with explain only. They'll tell that the sun faces the earth, then it is daylight. The sun, when the sun is away from the earth, it is night. But in the exam, when you ask a question, okay, on how exactly or which point do you think that they will have longer days, and when do you think the southern hemisphere has longer days and northern hemisphere has longer days, they will not be able to apply because they do not know the concept, because you have stopped with explanation. You have not allowed them to think beyond that. Okay, so these types should not happen in your classrooms. See, instructional activities are not learning objectives like listening, speaking, observing. Students will learn to apply the criteria for writing coherent paragraphs. Is a statement, not an objective, because it is general. The act of writing paragraphs is an activity and may or may not lead to the objective. Similarly, students will learn the algorithm for solving simultaneous equations of two unknowns is not an objective. Objective should be students will interpret concrete and pictorial models that represent fractions. Got it? So here what you have done, your keyword is interpreting. They will have to interpret the different models. So this is the way you have to write your objective. Coherency. Now this is a very, very important topic. Without telling coherency, I've already covered this, but please read through it and tell me what is your idea of coherency. Give me your view on coherency. We'll take a short break. Sorry, I didn't see the time. It's already 11:50. So 11:55 we will meet. Okay, then we will start with coherency.
Second link is not working, ma'am. It's showing page not found. Second link. First and third it's opening, but second it is showing page not found.
The PDF, no, they would have blocked it. I think I should have. Let me check. It's not coming. It's Michigan State University. Okay, just go to the third one then. Stanford
Yes,
one.
yes, ma'am, I'm reading.
Yeah.
Related to the document of currency, what we expect to do, ma'am? What do you want us to do?
Give your understanding the meaning of coherency and the need for this in your classes.
Okay.
Rohini, how is this is an objectives, isn't it? What is the meaning of coherency? Think about it. What is the meaning of coherency? This is very important for a teacher.
Whatever we are okay teaching to the students at the school level, it should be actually aligned with what they are going to okay take up at the higher grades. It should align, both the things should align with each other according to currency, as far as I understood.
Okay.
Right. It should not be fragmented. It should not be okay disconnected. What they
Mm.
are learning at the school level and what they are learning at the graduation level. It should be coherent.
Coherent, okay. What about others? What is your idea about coherency? Yeah, please do share.
Yes, ma'am, I want to share. Structural coherence is a logical arrangement in the whole. Like, how are we logically structuring a topic, we can say.
Mm.
And and whereas conceptual coherence is about
Mm.
all the concepts in one, like
Mm.
everything in one basket. Like for an example, I can explain in my global perspective thing. When it's structured, is about one topic, according to my understanding, and then you can give me a proper way. One thing connected to the other is a proper structure. But when it comes to conceptual wise, like for an example, globalization is there. So in globalization is one full topic, but in globalization, I can put another five topics in it: unemployment, poverty, and whatever that relates to the global issue or a problem. I'm putting everything in one basket. That is conceptual coherence.
Right. Now, how you're linking it is also very important. That comes under coherency. For example, in science, actually, textbook gives you very clear understanding about coherency when you look at science, okay, especially. But for example, in maths, generally teachers don't find, but textbooks sometimes give a vague understanding. I'll give you an example. Okay. Let us say I'm teaching addition. Okay. I'm starting with single digit addition today. I ask students what is 1 plus 3, 2 plus 5. Fine. Okay. All of a sudden, I ask them what is 6 plus 5. What is for a grade 1 child? If I ask 6 plus 5, that does not build coherency. Why? It's a single digit addition. Yeah,
The reason
Yamini.
is because we have just
Because they will not have the connection.
jumped in the number so much.
The total is going
They
to a
will jump.
double-digit number, which they're not yet accustomed
Yes,
or used
there is
to.
no, yes, there is no link between the first example and the second example.
Very good.
First example was only in a single numeral digit, and then it changed to double. So there is
Counting
no
with
proper,
fingers.
yes, fingers.
So beyond fingers it goes, it doesn't have a meaning there. Okay.
E-
Now another example I'll give you. For example, I'm telling you a story. Okay. I'm starting that there is a cat and a mouse. Okay. The cat is trying to catch the mouse, but the dog ate the cat. What happened now? I bought a character which I have not
No,
introduced.
Sequence
not
of events are the
not is
same.
there.
Sequence of
Dog is
events
not
are the
there
same.
in the at the
It
beginning.
is
Suddenly
true.
dog came.
First half
Ah.
is the first half doesn't, it doesn't relate to the second.
Mm.
Sequence of
So the,
events are the same.
There is no
ah.
sequencing.
So this sequencing is known as coherency. So when you're building your lesson for 40 minutes, what should happen? Your first 5 minutes of prior knowledge. For example, I'm talking of fractions and decimals. Okay. I start, okay, my previous lesson, because prior knowledge, people think it's the previous lesson. Previous lesson is multiplication. I bring multiplication. Did you understand? Now we will start fractions. It is no way related. What is related to this concept, you have to bring it as a prior knowledge. Just because you taught the previous lesson, that doesn't mean that comes in connection with this. Okay? It
After
is not at all
multiplication,
related.
Ma'am, it's like you're saying that you cannot teach fractions unless and until they knows multiplication. And to know multiplication, they need to know
It's
what is
not
times table.
required.
no, ma'am.
It's not
After
required.
multiplication, related to multiplication, divisions means they can relate to the multiplication.
So my
So
topic is on fractions. What I should have? I should connect it with pizza that they are eating. Okay, how they are breaking. Or mom bought a cake. Now you are 4 of you in your house. How do you think she should cut it? Why does she cut in that way? That becomes the concept, or that becomes the starting point for fractions and multiples. Building the class with connections is known as coherency. So coherency is very important when we talk about the class and your flow of lesson. Okay. So coherency talks about 3 segments: a clear beginning, There should be a very clear middle section. Middle section is your content and then conclusion. Okay. So I'm not giving this activity because this was the, anyway, when you write your lesson plan, we will have discussions on this. Okay. So we will write, when you're writing a lesson plan itself, you will have to make, because now they have very clearly segmented on it, make links to existing learning to develop new learning. That comes as constructivist approach. Apply and consolidate new learning, student participating in active learning approaches with time and opportunities being provided to reflect, reinforce learning points at the end of the lesson. So this cycle must continue in your lesson plan. Okay. In your lesson plan, there should be a clear flow from the prior knowledge to the conclusion. It should not be a standalone bits and pieces. Okay. Next, metacognition. Now read through this. Why should learning objectives be shared with students? The question is the last part of it. So you will have to tell me, reading this, why exactly do you think we have to share this prior knowledge? Very true, Megha. That was a very important point that I also missed. Actually, see, in your class, what happens? You have smart kids. They'll try to bring something else that they have read somewhere. You talk of solar system, they'll say, ma'am, it seems no Mars, no people landed, and no, they saw water. So you get diverted. But once you are into your objectives and coherency, it brings you back. Okay, you can say, yes, we will discuss that later. Let us now move into this. Okay, that also must be a smoother transition that you do. Save time, reduce misconceptions, very good. Okay, coherent lesson avoids unnecessary content and activities which prevent students from being confused. That's good. Because most of our teachers did not know this word coherency and they confused us a lot. You remember your school days? Because I had a teacher, first time she says the definition, everyone understands. This was in my PG. Okay, and then she goes on to elaborate that, she confuses everyone. So that will not happen if that clarity is there.
Ma'am, like you said, prior knowledge includes coherence also, right, ma'am? Right? Because
Yes.
we will connect connect the topics like how you said in mathematics, multiplications. After multiplications, we will learn divisions. So
Very true.
if we want to teach divisions, multiplications knowledge is required.
Very needed.
So
Yes.
prior knowledge of multiplication makes divisions easier,
Very true.
like that.
For Rohini, maths, no, you can set your curriculum, but generally what they do is they go with multiplications, then they go with fractions, because again, two heavy topics, no, that term they will find it very difficult, kids. So what as teachers we do is one heavy topic, one lighter topic. And when you're teaching divisions next term, you see that area perimeter is there, isn't it? So that, no, and shapes also will come in the first term, so that, no, the students don't feel that heavy. We mix and match so that that term is not heavy. Okay. But when you're teaching, that does not mean you connect with what you taught earlier. You can go with what you have taught in term 1 or the previous class, just to connect that to this class. Now, why should learning objectives be shared with students? Aim and learning objectives. Think about it.
Ma'am, for example, if we share the learning objective with students, they will be prepared for the next upcoming thing what we are going
But
to
that
teach.
day only you're sharing. No, you're not sharing it on the previous day.
So they will get a knowledge on what we are going to teach.
They'll get knowledge, okay.
Focus. Focus. They'll get the more focus. If we share the learning objective, they will not feel okay distracted here and there. Okay,
And
they
They
will
will
not.
not be distracted. That is correct. The focus will be there in the class. Very good.
and
Yes.
Clear
also
Okay. They will
understanding on what
ask
exactly they are learning.
Yes,
questions.
they'll have very clear understanding on what they are learning. That is also true. What else?
they feel curious also, ma'am. Like how
Ah,
teacher
they
are
feel
going to
curious.
teach.
You said, remember, demonstrate day and night. You tell them, right? We are going to do an activity and you have torch and a football there. Now that is curiosity because no, okay, we are going to do something interesting. Now, how is it related to metacognition? How is it related to metacognition? Because remember, your sharing of objectives is very much related to metacognition.
Why?
So that
Because
what
we will think about our thinking whether the learning objectives that we set
It's
to
not
children
about your metacognition, Rohini. It's about students' metacognition.
today.
Ma'am, the link
The
between them.
learners will connect the prior knowledge to the existing knowledge and like the new knowledge that they are acquiring, and they will do the thinking of their own
Mm,
yes, thinking and
okay,
work on it.
very good. Okay.
their own existing knowledge, they actually can connect to the previous knowledge, whatever being learnt in the previous classes. That is it is
Okay.
beneficial.
Can you now you have that aha moments in your class, no? When you were students, your teachers never shared the prior knowledge, but no certain things they would have told like this. It happens, and no when you link it up, you will understand. Oh, this is why we were learning this. No one told us this. Yes. So that actually is something that no you get from a child when they really understand. For example, the simple concept of day and night when you're teaching, okay, after that you say that you see in winter 5 o'clock itself it becomes like dark and no by 6 o'clock it's totally dark. Why does that happen? Now, no, it's something practically they're seeing. Yes. So
Yeah, because
then
the
no,
winters
they
happen,
start
the days are
analyzing.
shorter.
Yes, Rupa.
Yeah, ma'am, because in the winters days are shorter, so actually they can actually connect that knowledge to their practical experience.
And that gives them the aha moment and they'll not forget for life. That is metacognition that is happening. Okay. Oh, this is why we are doing this. That thought when it happens, they will have that. For example, you ask them to grow beans and come or no sprouts and come and ask them to measure the height. Have you seen the excitement that they have? So why are they excited? Because they are actually able to measure, ma'am, in one day this grew this much, ma'am, they will come. So that actually is what allows them to think and connect. And tomorrow when they grow up, when you're talking about the growth hormones, that time they will never grow and all, but the connection is happening what they studied in their lower classes, why it bends away from life, why it bends towards life. All this they will be able to connect. Okay. So these are for maths especially, they study Pythagoras. Yes. But they don't know where Pythagoras is used. But when they start learning trigonometry and if they are really affiliated towards maths, they'll really appreciate Pythagoras because they will understand now why that is more important, because you can't go and measure using your scale or measuring tape between no ocean ship site or a lighthouse and a land and all. You can't do it, but trigonometry helps you to measure that. That is the metacognition that happens among kids. So that is where actually that is the way that we have to develop the learning, and connections have to happen. Okay. See, sometimes this is a common example that teachers have. You will be teaching a topic. Okay. Suddenly you will connect with some movie that you have watched. And you will tell that, isn't it? Remember, that is your metacognition that is happening. It's your metacognition. The same thing, remember, happens to the child also. And when they really connect like that, they'll be able to understand. They'll be able to understand. Okay. So when you're doing your lesson plan also, understand prior knowledge is important. First is your aim, objective, sharing of objectives, then prior knowledge. When you're observing also, I'm not going to ask you about objectives and aim because that is not for the senior experienced teacher. Generally, they'll be writing it. But you have to focus on whether the teacher is sharing the objectives. You ask them to share and also ask them to look at the coherency. If it is not coherent, then no, it will come back as a comment. That will not look nice. So generally, experienced teachers who have already done this course are well versed with this. They know this is how Cambridge will be looking into. So this aspects you will have to check it out. Clear? So today's key questions were on these four. Okay, that is objectives, lesson planning, aims and objectives, coherence, and why should learning aims and objectives be shared with students. So your assignment, that is, I know I'll be meeting you after 2 weeks. So kindly complete your unit 1 and try to write a sample lesson plan with whatever we have discussed. We'll have a discussion with the lesson plans. I think your son also wants to learn, Yamini. Okay. So aim, objective, complete a sample lesson plan. Please sit and do this sample. Don't worry about mistakes because you are here to do mistakes so that you can do it better in the actual program. So see this is done. Okay, I'll share this also in the WhatsApp. But this is a must that you have to do. Otherwise, you're going to find it difficult. Please, in case you have any questions, you can ask me.
I'm glad I attended today's class.
Okay, that's good. Remember, each time you learn something new. It's not that, no.
Even I feel the same way, ma'am. Today's class was very productive and very
Yeah,
insightful.
it was like brainstorming session.
Okay, for
Like every class
internally.
is, but today was like,
Actually,
like,
the
yeah,
thing
a
E-
lot.
Every class, I feel like 3 hours over already. When I look at time, it's over already.
That's a
I
good
feel like
point.
it's short.
Because you guys are so involved.
To
I
be
need to
frank.
say, right, Sudha ma'am?
Yeah, they were like
Mm,
thinking. I can see their
yes,
brains working.
true. Good, good. It was a good class to even introspect and check what am I doing? How can I do it better? All those lines it was.
Yes.
Mm.
See,
So
actually, when
I'm
we do like that, we become better teachers.
mm. And you tend to make that minute change in your classroom also. You'll consciously do that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
yes,
you.
ma'am.
So please do complete a sample lesson plan and come.
I'll
Yes.
submit the document. Yes, ma'am. I'll just submit my document as early as possible.
No,
That
you ask your mentor to review and then submit. ask your mentor to review and then submit. Okay.
Yes, yes,
See,
yes.
you
Madam,
have 2 weeks time, so you can take and you can submit.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes,
Because
ma'am.
if
ma'am,
I'm looking
after
at one second, Rohini, one second. If I'm looking at the mentors there, Miss Rupa, you have you have Bhumika who has completed the course. For all Glendale, Visara, and then Mrinalini and Megha, you have Ashwini who's completed the course. For Yamini also, I think it's Tulsi, if I'm not wrong, right? So they have completed the course. They understand what are the key elements which needs to be there and how it needs to be done. So take their time in these 2 weeks, sit with them and share this is what is done and ask how I can work on it on Cambridge lines. Okay. I know Rohini, it is difficult for you, but trust me, you will have chances to work on it also. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Ma'am, even the sample lesson plan, we have to sit with the mentors and work on it, or sample lesson plan, we just.
Sample you need not. Sample you need not, because we will be working it together.
Hmm.
After that, your main lesson plan, sit with her. Okay, main lesson plan, sit with her.
ma'am, previous works after discussing, after showing that and getting reviewed from the mentor, we need to share to your mail, ma'am.
Yes, put it in a drive and share it.
Okay.
Share the
Put it in
drive
the
link.
template. I will not review it if it's not in the template. The reason is tomorrow you will forget, then it will become a problem. So that is the reason. Put it in the template that is to be submitted and then share it with me.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We actually put it in that proper format only. Then only
Yeah.
it will, right? Not
Yes.
okay. Okay, not in the Word document. Not in Word document.
No, not in the Word document.
Word document. My EOL has been checked by Bhumika ma'am. She has given me the feedback also. I have
Okay.
made the changes also in that. You are
Okay.
only I need to complete.
Okay.
You are I need to complete, ma'am. Then only I'll submit the entire things together.
Okay.
Okay.
Sudha
Thank
ma'am,
you.
I have a small doubt.
Yes.
Yes, I was going through the templates, ma'am. So there was a template on eligibility, context, and evidence of learning and reflection form. There we were supposed to fill our details as are we a part-time teacher or full-time teacher, in
You
which
have to
education
be a
institute.
full-time teacher. Don't write it as a part-time teacher.
Yes,
Mm.
no,
You
full-time.
have
But beside that, there is a box where we need to write the comments or details. So what should we write over there?
1 minute. Let me open it. You have to write you're a full-time teacher. They have given there in that, and then you write your details of how many hours you're working per week, what is your subject that you're teaching, that you have to write there. You understood?
Okay. Yes.
Your educational institution also, you have to write what type of school you are. You have to choose from the drop box and write there you're following Cambridge, you're following CBSE, NCRT curriculum, that you have to. Next, how many weeks you teach? Weeks you
Yes.
write and write how in that week, how much terms will come. Okay, how in per week, how exactly do you plan? All that you have to write. Anything extension to it related to that question, you have to write there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
Planning also, if you're writing, yes, what exactly are you planning about? Do you have the support of a mentor? You will write yes. Write the details of the mentor.
Okay.
Name of the mentor, her qualification, and know how many years of experience she has. You need not write that she has completed the course and all that. That is not required. How many years of experience the mentor has.
Okay.
That much must be written. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? If not, then we can call it a day.
Shilpa
So take,
ma'am.
yeah.
This is Shilpa ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in my profile, my date of birth is registered as my registration date. I've sent a mail regarding that,
To where,
but
which profile? You're talking about the FIS profile?
yes, ma'am.
That's all right. That's only for internal purposes. That's for everybody the same thing. No problem. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. The FIS only to be used for e-resources and the attendance because you're logging in from there. Other than that, whenever you're making fee payments and all that, receipts generations. Whatever is going to go to Cambridge, Sudha ma'am would be doing it and letting us know. Don't worry about it, okay? Yeah, good to go then?
Yeah.
All
Yeah, ma'am.
right.
Okay then.
Bye,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody. Have a good Sunday
Bye.
then. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So 2 weeks, we are not
Break.
going to have a meeting virtually. Work on it. I know school is having annual days and many things, but still keep some time aside and then, work on these things because once we come back, the pace just picks on and then it becomes very difficult. Yes?
Yes.
All the
Yes.
best. All the best to all our dear students for the annual days and to us who needs to make
Thank
it
you. Thank you,
happen.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Chalo, take care, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
Bye.
you.
you,
Good
ma'am.
afternoon.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Have a
Bye. Bye.
nice
Yeah.
weekend.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, sure. Bye.